In a peaceful little village surrounded by green forests and blooming flowers, there lived a cheerful and energetic rabbit named Rono. Rono loved jumping around, playing games, and making everyone laugh. He thought a friend was someone to play with, someone who shared candy and jokes. He had never really needed anyone before, so he didn't understand the deeper meaning of friendship. One sunny morning, while Rono was hopping near the forest edge, he met a quiet and thoughtful tortoise named Soma. Soma was new in the village and didn't know many animals yet. She greeted Rono kindly and asked, "Would you like to play with me?" Rono laughed a little and said, "Sure, but can you keep up? You're so slow." Despite his words, they started playing hide and seek. Soma was clever and found smart hiding spots, but Rono grew impatient with her slow pace. "This is boring. You take forever to move," he said with a sigh. Soma's eyes dimmed with sadness. She didn't argue or try to defend herself. She quietly turned around and began walking away, slowly disappearing behind the bushes. Rono didn't give it much thought and went off to find faster friends, but everyone else was busy with chores or not interested in playing. He tried to organize a race, a tag game, and even offered his favorite berries as a reward, but no one joined. Feeling a little disappointed, Rono wandered deeper into the woods, chasing a butterfly. He jumped and twisted through the tall grass, not noticing how far he had gone. Soon, the trees grew thicker, and the sunlight barely reached the ground. Time passed, and Rono realized he had no idea where he was. The sun began to set, and the forest looked different, darker, and even a bit frightening. Strange noises echoed around him, rustling leaves, hooting owls, and distant howls. Rono's ears drooped. "Hello, anyone there?" he called, but no one answered. He began to cry. Back at the village, Soma noticed that Rono hadn't returned. She asked a few animals if they had seen him, but no one had. Then she saw little paw prints near the forest edge. Remembering Rono's love for butterflies, she guessed where he might have gone. Using her sharp memory and careful thinking, she followed the trail. It grew darker and colder. Soma lit a small lantern she had carried in her bag and continued. She walked slowly, but her steps were steady and sure. She called Rono's name softly every few minutes. Hours passed. Rono was curled up under a tree, shivering, when he heard a gentle voice. "Rono, are you okay?" He looked up and saw Soma slowly walking toward him. She was carrying a little cloth and a warm carrot bun in her shell. She gently wrapped the cloth around Rono and handed him the food. Tears filled his eyes. "You came for me, after I was mean to you?" "Of course," Soma said. "Friends help each other, even if they've been hurt. I was worried about you." Rono jumped up and hugged her tightly. "I'm so sorry, Soma. I was rude and impatient. I didn't understand what being a true friend means." Soma smiled and said, "A true friend is someone who cares, helps when it matters most, and never gives up on you, even if you make mistakes." They rested for a while before slowly making their way back to the village. Along the way, they talked and laughed. Rono walked slower so Soma could keep up. He even offered to carry her lantern. When they returned, the village animals were waiting. They cheered and clapped, happy to see both friends safe. Rono told everyone what happened and how Soma had saved him. From that day on, he treated Soma with respect, and their bond grew stronger. Rono also became a better friend to others, patient, kind, and caring. He helped younger animals with their chores, listened to their worries, and always made sure no one felt left out.